Hey everyone, welcome. My name is Bobby. Welcome to the channel. Sheldon's already back there barking. I apologize. That's my chihuahua. If you are new, I welcome you. If you are returning, thank you for coming back to my little channel. So today, this is just going to be a little vlog. So, how's everybody been? Hope everybody has been great. The weather today is perfect. The skies are blue. I don't know if you can see it, but skies are blue. It's 70 degrees. It's like the perfect fall day. So I wanted to get into a little bit about what's been going on. This is gonna be primarily just talking about purchasing a home and all of the things that are involved in it, in case you know you're a first-time home buyer and you're doing it yourself. It's a lot. I mean, it really is. It's a lot. So okay, so there's that. One thing though I want to show you, that Amazon Prime fall thing just happened, and I bought a few things. Nothing, you know, just different essential things. But one thing is super good and I highly recommend it. So it's these. That right there, Da Vinci Gourmet Cold Brew. You add water and ice. So you get 6 of these. And it was on sale for, first of all, it has really good reviews. And it was $3 and change. Like $3.20 or something like that. I don't know how much it is originally, but it was more. I don't know, $6-7. Anyway, I thought for $3 it was worth it, especially if the reviews were good. And the thing that I like about this is, so it comes like this, just like that. And it says that it has 115 milligrams of caffeine per stick. And I believe that, and I vouch for that, because I felt a little energy after I drank one yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. But the taste is good. I mean, really good. It's almost like, to me, it was like if you went to a coffee shop and bought it. And the cool thing about it is that you add it to your, you know, whatever you're drinking out of, and you add cold water. So you just add cold water. I keep mine in a Brita in the refrigerator. Cold water, you stir it, you put the ice, and then of course whatever creamer you want. It was so good for $3. So I went back and got 2 more just to keep it, you know, because you can never have enough coffee. So yeah, if you guys, I don't know if it's still on that sale. I know it was the Prime thing. I'm not quite sure, but it's delicious. So getting back to buying a house, and just to rewind, I've owned a home before, but it was prior, where in my first marriage, and he did everything. He did everything. I didn't do anything. I couldn't really have a say. I just signed, and it was done. So I really don't have, you know, what's the word? I don't have any really experience, that's the word, in how this works, you know? I mean, they don't make it easy. That's one thing I could tell you. And yes, I am blessed to even be in the mix to be approved for a home. You know, I mean, I truly believe that, and I thank God every day. And I apologize in my prayers that I get so frustrated sometimes, because it's just almost like it's almost like you're being punked. It's like, this can't be that hard. Like, this definitely can't be that hard. The little one's eating birdseed. Roxy. Okay, I'm back. And if you are new, I apologize. I keep it real over here. So I put Sheldon inside, and I have the little one here so that she doesn't eat all the bird seed. Bad girl. Okay, so buying a home for beginners. I'm not an expert, so, you know, I don't claim to be an expert. I can only tell you our experience. First of all, your realtor. I was recommended a realtor from and this was probably just going to be like the first half. I'll probably do more vlogs in the future about it, so I'm just, you know, not going to keep this too long, but this will be the first part, a breakdown, and then I guess I could always go into more detail in other videos of like certain aspects of it. But I have a friend that is a super good, you know, very invested realtor from New York. I went to school with her in New York many years ago. So I reached out to her on Facebook, asked her if she knew anybody in the Carolinas. She didn't, but they're all part of the same realty group. So she did a little bit of research. She found somebody who on paper looked to be good, recommended her, and boom. So I meet her back in July and didn't know a lot about her, but she seemed nice enough. And right away, so this is number one. I didn't know this, but it makes sense. So right away, the realtor will have you to sign a contract with them. Mine is for 180 days, which is what, 6 months. So you have to sign that right away, and that's just so that they're taking their time, whatever, gas to help you out to look. So they don't want you to all of a sudden start working with somebody else. So right away, you're gonna have to sign a contract with a realtor. Fine, I signed it. Now, I've worked with realtors before for like rentals, you know, things like that, where I didn't have to sign any contract. You know, you just work with them. And when you do that, they put your information in like a MLS, and then they just start sending you emails. So every day, whenever they're automatic. So when something new comes up, they send you. My realtor, she just never really did that. Like, she sent me a few properties here and there, but pretty much it was me and my husband that were going on Zillow, however you say it, going on homes.com, trying to find houses, sending them to her. And then when we sent them to her, I mean, she was pretty quick about, like, you know, letting us see them and all the stuff. And I kept on asking her, you know, can you send me some listings maybe? And she would always say, well, there's really not a lot that may suit you and blah blah blah, but yet we're finding them. So I don't know. Anyway, so there's that. So finally, so you get the pre-approval from your bank, and I got that. So that was done. We start looking for houses. So then when you start looking for the house, of course you put in your offer, they accept the offer, it goes back and forth, whatever. So once they accept the offer, then you hire the inspector. But let me back up, because North Carolina, and if you're clicking on this video, I think I'm going to put in the title, I'm going to be specific for North Carolina, because I believe it's only in North Carolina. Okay, they accept your offer. You have to put in due diligence money. You don't have to, but being that they know that you should, most sellers will skip right over you if you don't. So you have to put in a due diligence amount that goes directly to the seller, okay? And then an escrow. Another amount for escrow. The escrow, if during the due diligence period, which is like 2 weeks or something like that, if you decide against the house, whatever, your escrow you'll get back. Your due diligence, the seller can keep it, which that bothers me, but you know, they could give it back, but they usually don't give it back. Okay, so we give the due diligence, we give the escrow, whatever, And then here comes the inspection. So then you have to pay for the inspection. And you have to pay extra if you want a radon test, which with an older house, they said that you probably should get a radon test, which we did, because the gas and the dirt, and it can cause lung cancer and all horrible things, right? So then when the inspector comes back, the inspector looks for everything, obviously, you know, top to bottom, up and down. They look, and then they give you the report. Now, and I'm just trying to be brief and like, this is just, you know, so I'm not talking for hours here. But then what happens, and what your realtor, and like I said, realtors are different. So I'm not saying mine is a great one. I don't know. I don't know how great she is, but she kind of made it seem like, well, yeah, well, when the inspection comes back and, you know, whatever they find, you know, big, then yeah, the seller's gonna fix it, because then it has to become public notification, or, you know, it has to become public knowledge, so that if anybody else goes to buy the house, they're gonna see this. So why wouldn't the seller fix things? Well, the seller doesn't always want to fix things. So there was that. So going back and forth, well, will they do this? Will they not do this? Is this safe? Is a lot. It's a lot. So you have to be ready for it. You have to be mentally prepared. You have to, like, you just have to be ready for it. It's not this swift, you know, okay, I'm going to look, okay, I'm going to sign now. It's your realtor contacting you pretty much all the time and pushing. They're pushing. Well, mine. I've heard people that have great realtors, and I believe that my friend that lives in New York, I think she's one of them, because we've had phone conversations. So, end of story. Well, moral of the story: make sure your realtor is aggressive for you, transparent for you. One thing we found out maybe like a month or two into everything is that she's a school teacher, which is fine. But also my friend told me she never said that. So we thought, you know, she's in this full time. She actually works with her husband. So there's two. So that's what my friend thought was good. Well, if she's not available, he'll be available, vice versa. But no, they're usually always together. So, and she's a school teacher. So being that she's a school teacher, I don't know how aggressive she is. You know what I mean? She's just not always available, in other words, to help. And now I know that you really need somebody that's going to be there all the time to help and answer questions and move it along and all the things. So there's that. And so just fast forwarding it to where we're at today is the radon test came back slightly elevated. So not dangerously, but elevated enough to where the inspector is advising, suggesting that we get radon meditation, I don't know, something. But I have Googled videos, and apparently they go down to like the crawl space, or if you have a basement, they find where the radon's coming from. They put a tube in there that kind of like sucks out with a fan going out, and then that's happening. And from what I can see, it happens forever. So you have to have this fan contraption in the home, I'm assuming forever. I was working today and I was multitasking, so I don't know. And the funny thing about it is that my realtor was pushing me so hard to sign everything before the radon test even came back. So I'm thinking to myself, no, why would I? Why would you sign for something and you don't even know if it's going to pass the radon test, which in this case, I guess it didn't. I mean, they are low, they're not super high, but still. Bobby is not going to be living in a house that has any suggestion of anything that's going to cause her to be sick in the future, my grandbabies to be sick in the future, my husband. No. My dogs? Mm-mm. So I don't know. But the end of the day is, if, let's just pretend that they don't want to do this, or that we just don't even want to move forward with it at this point, we're going to lose our due diligence money. Just like that, unless the seller is a nice person that wants to give it back to us, which if the seller doesn't even want to fix a lot of things, why would they, right? And then you have to think about, okay, well, is it worth it? Is the house worth the time? Do I want to start all over again? All the things. So, I mean, it's stressful. It really is. It's a blessing, don't get me wrong, because, you know, when I first left my first marriage, you can go back in videos. Matter of fact, that might be the video that I linked to this video, just to kind of show you. It was a mess. I was in a mess. You know, he really tanked my credit. I had a mortgage that was with him that he wasn't paying. It was a lot. So just for me to be at this point where a lender, Roxy, come mama, come. She will come when you call her. She was in the pile of wood. So just for me to be at this point now that, you know, I'm being approved for anything is perfect. It's great. It's a blessing. I am thankful, but I don't know if I was quite prepared. That's the only thing. I don't know if I was quite prepared for it. So there's that story, and I hope everybody is doing well. I would love to hear your stories if, you know, you also, and I hear, you know, I'm a member of like the home buyers, you know, Reddits and all this kind of stuff, and I know that people go through, all kind of things buying a home. So, and I've always, you know, heard it. Like I said, when I went through the process years ago, it was also during that time where I feel like that's why they made it so much harder now to buy a home, because we did it at the time where mortgage companies were kind of like giving homes away. And that's why everything crashed, you know, back then in the mid 2000s. So maybe that was it. I don't really know. Like I said, I was raising children with my head in the sand, so I'm not quite sure how it was before, but you have to be ready to be just, this becomes your life for the entire time that you're doing it. And yeah, so that is the little vloggity vlog for today. And this little girl, say bye. Say bye. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Please, if you do like the video, if you like this type of content, vlogs, just going to a lot of antique stores, some little hauls, things like that, please come back and visit again, and you have a blessed day. Bye.